Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation, with the latest gold pickup. This is something that I've wanted for quite a while. I actually do have one more of these, but I wanted to get another one, and actually I'd like to get even more of them, because it's just such a beautiful coin, but it is a Indian head gold eagle. And technically that is not correct. It is a Liberty with an Indian headdress, gold eagle, but we'll talk about that later. But the coin itself is quite beautiful. It is an uncirculated, or almost uncirculated, might be a better term, but it's pretty brilliant. It still has some original luster to it. Very nicely struck here. Designed by Augustus St. Gaudens. Very nice indeed. Beautifully done here. I love the eagle on the reverse here, and shows him clasping some arrows and an olive branch. All right, very good, very nice. Beautiful indeed. And the edge has stars there, one for each state in the Union at the time. And you can see the little crevice there, or the piece there that where the collar comes together to make the edge impression there. Very nice indeed. And the edge impression is excuse instead of incuse. These stars stick out there, you can see, but very nicely done. A beautiful coin indeed. And there's so much history in these pre-33 gold coins, but this one especially, I think, is one of my favorites indeed. And so a little bit more about this particular coin. It was designed by Augustus St. Gaudens, who was known for his double eagle. And this is on a 27 millimeter planchet. The reason why that's important is not only because that's the standard fare for gold coins at the time, but it's also the diameter of the intention of what the $20 gold piece was supposed to be, because it was essentially two of these stacked together that made the original $20 high relief, ultra high relief, which is one of the first ones that Augustus St. Gaudens came out with. Same diameter as this, 27 millimeter. Quite fascinating indeed. So with that being said, this particular coin here was the last coin that was designed by Augustus St. Gaudens in 1907. He designed it shortly before his death therein. And but the Indian head piece is Miss Liberty wearing the Native American headdress. And so they are mistakenly referred to as the Indian head. But it's a beautiful coin. And the other aspect about it is that this particular coin was minted in Philadelphia. As you can see, there's no mint mark. The mint mark would be here on the left side above the T and 10 for the Denver S minted coins. And other than the proof, this is the lowest minted coin, with 318,500 minted. And it has an average price of about $800, and actually that is what I paid for it. This is an ungraded example, but it's actually one I had on layaway at the LCS, and still a little bit pricey. That's the average price. I don't know what the red book is on it, but that's about what it's kind of noted for. But my guess is you could probably find some examples at this condition probably for less than that. But it's a coin I wanted, and it was actually sought out for me, and the fact that I was able to put it on layaway and slowly pay it off, I think, was since that was kind of the favor given to me and kind of paying that extra premium for it. But it's a coin I wanted for my collection. It is gold, and that's the beautiful thing about accumulating gold, is you can sometimes get some of these pre-33 gold coins for a relatively decent deal. This one somewhat excluded, but others you can get for relatively close to spot. These particular coins, the Indian headdress Liberty, $10 gold coins, Eagles, do carry somewhat more of a premium than the previous cornet style. But it is quite fascinating. It's a beautiful indeed. There was a proof version of this coin. There's only 204 of those in existence. and you can get one of those for a cool 25 grand. The most common one is the 1910D, and there were over 2 million of those minted. And it just goes to show you that that's where a lot of the gold commerce was, because that's where the gold was coming from, is out west. And so a lot of those were done at the time. The 1910S minted one, they had a mintage of 811,000, so under a million. But the Denver Mint was definitely picking up steam then. And keep in mind that 1910 was they were still recovering from the earthquake of 1906, and that could have played a part in the somewhat slightly lower mintage, or less than half actually of what Denver Mint was having there. But very nice, and it is empowering to be able to add a little bit more gold to the stack, and especially pre-33 gold. And I've kept my eye on wanting to try to accumulate more of this style of gold if I can. And my two favorite pieces are obviously the St. Gaudens Double Eagle coin is my favorite, but this is probably a close second of the pre-33 gold. I also like the $2.5 and $5 actually sunken relief. They are not in Qs. Those are actually sunken relief coins. Those are nice too. Only have one example each of those. Wouldn't mind getting more of those, but those command even a bit more of a premium. To find those in decent condition is very tough. And I do like to try to find them in relatively decent condition if I can. For sure. I love the stars here. The raised relief, or I don't know if excuse is a word or not, but I love how those stars are on the edge of this particular coin. And just a nice coin to be able to add to the collection and feel proud that you are preserving your wealth with some classic American gold, as it were. And this is just a wonderful way to appreciate the history behind pieces such as this, that this was used in commerce, albeit very little in this particular case. But there are other coins that are circulated that you can appreciate the hands from which they passed, and also just the fact that the classical era that they were, and the fact it was the President of the United States himself played such a large role in the design of these coins. He's the one that made this renaissance of coin design when he took office in 1905. That was one of his initiatives, and by 1907 we had new designs in our coinage all the way up and down the gold coins of the era. So quite fascinating, because if not, we would not have seen these classical and beautiful designs. And Augusta St. Gaudens couldn't have picked a better artist to do these. And sadly, Augusta St. Gaudens didn't live long enough to see this coin from 1910. But sadly, he passed away of cancer. But a brilliant artist indeed, and his work is definitely seen around in sculptures and classical coin design. In fact, this particular side, the Queen, the Miss Liberty with the headdress, was going to be the $20 gold piece. So the double eagle, but it was relegated here to the eagle, the $10 gold, and it looks fine on here. I think the actual $20 gold piece is actually that's much more fitting with Lady Liberty, the hope and promise, and she holds that torch high. Very nice indeed. But this is a wonderful design. A lot of detail on the feathers there. And of course you have the stars above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that 14 or 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Representing the original 13 colonies. Indeed, that broke away and became the first 13 states of the Union there. Very, very nice. Beautiful. Let's take a closer look at this coin. And this is the actual specifications of this particular piece are it's 0.48375 troy ounces. So it's under half an ounce. And it's $10 denomination. Very, very nice indeed. And it is very nice. Beautiful coin. So there you have it. Post your thoughts below on this particular coin or gold in general, and pre-33 gold in particular. And do you have any of these in your collection? Is this a coin that you'd like to get in your collection. If you don't, perhaps you have a whole lot of these. Perhaps I didn't get a great deal. I don't think I did get a great deal on it, but, it was one of those things where it was a nice piece, and it was sourced for me. And so I was willing to pay a little bit extra for premium for it. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, share, and subscribe.